All right, this is gonna be cool. It was a 3-hour drive down or a 40-minute flight, so we opted for the flight. We got to catch up with the DD boys, and I don't want to let them down, so express transfer it is. Yeah. If you hear me talking to myself, I'm talking to this. Just to get back in time, my plane is at 10:30. It's now 8:30. So let's see. Slow without any snow on it. It almost looks steeper. You know, it's so steep. That was very cool.
Otherwise, the phone flies back to the government.
Then I'm screwed. That was crazy efficient. Oh, amazing.
Go to the airport.
Airport, yeah,
Okay.
please. I didn't realize we were landing so close to the airport, but
okay.
that's very cool. Really fortunate to spend quite a lot of time in London, but every time I rock up at this city, doesn't matter which station, which airport, wherever it is, always really proud of the place. We look at the architecture of Paddington. It's so beautiful. It's cool. I love landing here, getting the feeling of the city. Speaking of which, I'm going to introduce the DD boys to London, and I think we're going to take them on a bit of a Koenigsegg Jesko. I haven't had enough Koenigsegg action over the last few days. How's that one? Is that one fit?
Fits.
It goes well with this Ulysse Nardin. Color complementary.
Exactly. I saw that. I was
How
like,
do you think about that?
listen, I've envied seeing yours.
Oh yeah, dude, how well does that work with that one?
That is fantastic.
It's so good.
So I'm now copycatting you. Sorry about that. But
Quite alright.
Gold, isn't it?
Yeah, that one's gold. That one's gold.
He has real money. I have not. I don't have real money.
The oxide,
Very
isn't
nice.
it? It's
Yeah,
Look at that
it's
watch.
that watch is
Yeah.
that's
Oh, you bought the
special.
anodized.
Oh, look at the
an
watch. To be
anodized
fair,
one.
you've got the cooler watch. So what have you guys been doing? You've been flying around in PJs.
Yeah, thanks to this guy.
You ever seen him with PJ?
He's just like, yeah, I'm going to come into town and see these guys. He just hijacks them, takes them away to a different country.
Yesterday in Belfast, over
Was it good? Was it good?
Yeah, it was really good.
Oh, nice. I was like, do we do a round 2 and get both of the Koenigseggs out and say we're gonna be in Hyde Park
That would be insane.
at like 8 p.m.
You know what? When we done that at Gumball, whenever we were late, of course we were late for the finish, right?
Yeah.
And that drive through London
Was pretty
centre
mega. It was mega.
was one of the best drives I've
We
ever
could,
done.
dude. It might be better if we go out at night rather than now, because the traffic now and La Policia right now is suboptimal. Is what I would say.
It's so, like the police. We don't have worry. We don't break laws.
No, it's not the police. It's just the traffic is pretty heavy right now.
Traffic is like the problem.
This car looks good on camera, I gotta tell you. So what do you think? We can take it out some point? You're for it? Yeah? I know, but it's not gonna be like, you're not gonna be able to open the taps, is what I mean. That's what I mean by not open the taps. You're gonna be stuck behind a BT van.
My first experience is always actually just chill.
Okay.
And taking in like the cockpit and
Yeah,
the environment.
how it
and the
feels.
small little simple characteristics of the car and how it drives
Yeah.
at slow speeds. And I really enjoy allowing my butt
But to feel the goods.
connected to the car and the chassis to kind of absorb and go, okay, this is how the car feels.
Sure.
And just to take it all in and not do a million miles an hour. Then you're
Perfect.
sensory overload.
Sure. No, that's cool, man. Let's just take it out and about. We'll give it a couple of hours. It stays light now until like 9:30. So we've got time. And even when it goes dark, it'll be fun in the dark, less traffic, maybe some flames. You should see the flames we just had off this tour. Like every Jesko throws 4-foot flames.
What was this tour you were talking about?
It's the Ghost Squadron tour.
So they don't run rich at all.
Oh no. On E85, it's like it's designed by NASA.
Well,
Unbelievable.
the crazy thing is, to make E85 work, you have to have injectors in a fuel system that can pump 33% more volume into the motor because that's what it's actually required to function
Functionality,
over petrol.
So this
That's gasoline,
has
by the way. I use his
flex
word for
fuel.
everything.
So it'll
That's what I mean.
if you put like the worst, nastiest low octane, it'll remap itself. And you put in the highest race gas, it'll remap itself. And it just detects it in real time.
diesel.
It's cool. Doesn't quite have the compression for diesel, but other than that,
Write that down for next time.
there'll be
Always
something.
a Dave question.
There's always a Dave.
This logo is bat cool.
Of all the things that people have appreciated on a Koenigsegg, I've never heard someone comment on the floating logo.
It's
Now you mention it, I mean,
insane.
you see, it's kind of hovering because they've done a good job of hiding it.
It looks like it's floating by itself because they painted obviously the backing black, and there's minimal backing holding that on. So unless you actually shine light on it, right here, it literally looks like it's floating. This is really cool. No one's ever done that.
No one's ever done that. It is cool. Fun fact: the Michelin Pilot Sports that this runs from factory is an N-rated tire, so it's a Porsche fitment.
Really?
From factory,
I thought
it's
you
a
were going
Porsche
to say
tire.
they're made just for this car.
No, they're not. You can order these straight off of any tire website and stick them straight on your Jesko, and it's rated to the performance of this car.
Sure beats a Veyron.
It sure beats a
Send us your wheels back to the factory in France and we'll glue them on.
Glue them on for 20
Who
grand.
was the idiot who thought of that?
Do you know what's been interesting?
Sorry, I don't mean to call you idiots. That's smart.
At the time, maybe, well, not anymore. It's done. So amazing how many clients ask about the servicing on these, and the more we get to know clients, they're like, the reason we ask is we all had our pants pulled down on Veyron, and they're like, it's not the money, it's like the principle of it, you know. And they're like, okay, buying it's one thing, maintaining it is a whole different ball game.
That's why very few people drive Veyrons.
So we're going to do a cold start in a very confined space. I mean, this thing's loud outside, so thank you so much. I don't know if I want to stand around the back of this. It's so loud. It's so loud. Oh my god! Oh my god, it's loud. They're coming for you. Oh.
The way it rips.
It's inertialess.
How does it do that?
No flywheel. No.
That reverberates.
Yeah, and it's got that high-pitched howl that you get off a V12,
It does.
which is saying something for a V8, twin turbocharged V8.
Don't make him drive it
the
because
pull is crazy.
Everything has to do is buy it. Which means you have to do 2 uploads every day from now on.
As long as you buy it from us, then I'm cool with
I would
that.
get rid of like everything short of like a couple of just cheap project cars that
Yeah?
do dumb stuff. I would, this thing
Sell
is
it all.
insane.
This isn't salesman
How many
speech.
do they make?
125.
That's not a lot.
It's not a lot of cars, and this isn't sales speech. They genuinely got we could sell one of these every week. We get emails, calls all the time. We just don't have any. Yeah, do you want to take both out? Because downstairs we got the Regera that you already drove. So if you want to take this, because it's left-hand drive, which might be a bit easier around town, and then we can take them out and go and get a taco.
What's there to do in
Let the
London?
ponies.
Huh?
What's the car scene like going for a cruise in London?
I mean, if we had planned this and said we're going to be out tonight in
We
2
don't do that.
Koenigsegg's, that would have been like
Out of control?
Out of
What do you think
control.
post right now?
No. I do not want to see. I don't want a bunch of people around a car that's not mine.
Pry the doors open, crawl out.
Out of a hotel.
Is that us? All right, sub 2. This is good. Nice. The light on this camera looks so sepia. It's not that yellow. Really, right? It's weird,
I
right?
wasn't expecting that. Well, it drops down right here.
Yeah,
And my
pretty
legs are
gnarly.
like, it's gonna be flat. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Wow.
Some kit.
Color on my Murcielago, my LP. And then when they made the new version, they made it slightly different. And I learned that because when I parked my Giallo Orion Mercy, when it was still in one piece, next to my SVJ when I first got it, I was like, wait a minute, but they're both called Giallo Orion. And then I realized the new Aventador was called Giallo Orion 2. And that's what this is.
You want to hear a funny
So yeah, there's that.
Pikachu car was parked here.
It's gone now.
The Pikachu car is gone.
That's because you can't catch them.
That's a cool spec, right?
Yeah.
It is very, very cool.
If I was like not a YouTuber and just the normal Damon who just wanted a car for the love of cars and didn't have to be like a bright car to pop in a thumbnail,
That'd be it.
I know people hate it and that some people are like, oh, Nardo gray or those grays, it's like so boring. I absolutely love
It is
this car.
stunning, yeah.
And you know
It's
what?
awesome.
When they came out with the Dark Knight, and he was driving
That
the
like
Grigio
flat
Telesco,
gray, yeah.
the
Oh,
flat
so
gray,
cool.
and it was a manual Mercy.
Can you imagine? I wonder what that is.
It was
now.
a manual LP. They crashed it.
Oh, you're
They
kidding me.
actually crashed that car in the Dark Knight
Forget
before
it.
they realized how.
Look at the wing. Look at the wing on this thing, man.
I think Ed Bolian was saying like that was an actual manual car that they crashed for the movie because they didn't know what it was. They were just like,
That's
oh,
depressing.
it's a Murcielago.
That's depressing, isn't it? Hey.
Because you got to remember back then, like when I got my manual LP, even then, people knew they were rare. And I bought my manual LP for $285 US
How long ago was that?
4.5 years ago.
Oh my god. That's
And that's
cool.
$1 million.
That's a good buy.
Now it's $1 million car.
Is it really?
Yep. And I might buy the blue one that's at August and just stick it in my garage.
And just
because I think
store
in
it
8
away.
years when that car's capable of being sold to the U.S.
It'll be
market,
like
because it's a European
unicorn,
car,
of course.
So we can have them because of the 15-year rule.
Yeah.
You can import cars that are 15 years old into Canada,
What's
but
the
in
US,
the U.S. is
25?
25.
Okay.
So we have about 8 more years, and that car could go to the U.S. and I think that car would be worth double. So if I bought it for $1 million and just kept it in my garage and then put on
Don't tell people the secrets.
put it on the
People
auction
do.
block in 8 years, I bet it'd go for $2 million.
Can I buy a
because
course?
that car is also super rare in the sense that it was the only car spec'd in that combo, and it was originally sold to the Saudi royal, someone in the Saudi royal family. That car's from Saudi. Cool story.
So I think that's a GT2 RS under there. It looks like it's full Weissach pack with the magnesium wheels. That is a Maybach. Nice Speciale. Left hooker. Nice. Left-hand drive. Looks like full leather interior as well.
Yes.
That's a 90. Lambo. That's a cool paint job on this 296. That's a nice spec, isn't it? Viola Hong Kong. It looks like Viola bird crap as well. What's going on here? That's bad news. Yeah, this.
Final edition.
Brand new Technica.
Technica. Until they came out with the STJ, only 10 of them, which everybody with Technicas. And by the way, it's just an STO with a
What is yeah?
stupid
this,
livery.
But no, there's
I
a final
love-
STO. You know that they're doing an STO like finale.
That's the STJ.
STJ.
That's what I just said.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear that.
They only
My
made
bad.
10 of them, and all
Yeah.
it is an STO with a different livery. There's nothing
ridiculous.
different about it.
So Lamborghini does final version after final version after final version.
Yeah.
So we've been
They're the
about
masters at
I
it.
love Lamborghini, but I'll be the first to admit they their customers.
Panerai done this in the past with the first Bronzo, and they over everyone. So it's only when you're a
First.
really good customer of Panerai you can buy the Bronzo.
No.
This is how Panerai got to where they are today.
Well, Ferrari's also been known for saying that they're going to make so many cars, and then they make more of them.
Yeah.
And then
That's not
McLaren's actually the opposite. They say they're going to make so many cars, and then sometimes they make less.
That is fantastic.
this is the-
There's also no number plate on the front of this, so I can film this one.
This is the actual final edition Aventador, and it's the Ultimate. So it's essentially an SVJ without the aero.
That sounds great. With the upgraded gearbox calibration that you were speaking about upstairs.
Oh yeah, it's the same gearbox
SVJ
as
calibration
SVJ.
in there.
There's just no aero in it.
So
And they originally did this.
our Gary did 14 years at Ferrari. What do you reckon it is?
Is it 2007 F1?
I think so, yeah.
I actually don't know what it
was
is.
the colour- it was the colour of Kimi Raikkonen's last Formula One World Championship car.
Yeah, it's like a really special paint.
It's stunning, isn't it?
Yeah.
I would have gone with like Fuoco or Magma. Rosso Magma or Fuoco.
It's not Mugello, it's darker than that. It could be Fuoco,
Maybe.
but it's
beautiful.
just a light.
I know.
It's-
Whatever it is, it's basically a triple layer red.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
That's
It is, with pearl in it.
Yeah, it's stunning. Slightly different story.
Turn the roof off.
I think we're going to do the roof.
Moment of truth.
Moment of truth, this big carbon crunch. All right. All I can see is Dave, obviously. So crazy. Someone gonna hop in? I feel lonely. Does it feel weird? And you're like, whoa.
Oh yeah.
Hit that button there. There he goes. It's so much better with the roof off, right?
Dude, it's so much better. I feel less claustrophobic. The carbon in this car is incredible.
Turbos are like art, but they also perform like crazy.
Yeah, they go well.
Because sometimes when you have cars at this level, they're just a flex because of the way they look. Which is like, man, you might as well buy some gold and some diamonds, stack it in your basement.
Yeah, these things are actually really fast.
They're actually fast.
They look so good. They're timeless. Look at that thing. How cool is that? Right. All right. Here we go.
It's almost blue skies.
It is. This is the perfect time to come out into London. It's really good. You ready? So everyone thinks I'm turning left. Well, actually, I'm going up the sidewalk, and everyone gets really angry about it.
That's a badass parking spot.
It's not bad.
That's billionaire parking.
It's not bad. Like for Kensington parking, this is pretty helpful. I gotta tell you. So, very Rolls-Royce-esque, but there does
Oh yeah.
there does come an umbrella
That's gorgeous.
with an LED on the end of it. It's a small umbrella that hides itself away in like a little carbon cave. It's kind of cool. Got the symbol on there as well. It's quite cool, isn't it? Anyway, don't think it's ever been used, but it's just a nice little.
So in the
tidbit.
Rolls Royce actually had it built into the HVAC, we would clean it and dry it for you.
Get
as
out.
A mold. Yeah, I had a Wraith and I read about it. And it had basically HVAC would run airflow into the tube it goes into. Otherwise, it would get mold.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
It's so Rolls-Royce.
So Rolls
I
Royce.
love those little details, man. It's super cool. Oh, we got photo time. Hey, excited?
Yet another photo of a strange woman with Dave.
He needs to be careful. He's getting a reputation globally.
That's already a done deal.
It's already done.
Look, now he's doing the talking to himself thing.
I'm recording.
I think it's
I love
such
it.
a baller move, you know. I love Koenigsegg, so you know what?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna open a dealership.
Yeah.
It's a baller move.
It's kind of crazy. Absolutely insane. I remember Darren and I having the chat about it, and it was basically like, you know, surely there's got to be like a better way, and we was like, why don't we do it? And we went up to Angleholm to have the like final meeting on like how it would go, and I felt like I was in Dragon's Den, you know, it was like Shark Tank, you know. I was like,
Was it intense?
and they're such lovely people that it wasn't intense, but it was. You're very like acutely aware that it's quite a serious conversation.
You want to make a joke and you can't.
Yeah, and
I
you're like,
can't go to that.
you're like, oh.
But also the pressure that you put on yourself to execute that in perfection.
Yeah, but I mean, there's such incredible. Like, it's really still very family. It's a very family-run.
How many dealerships are there?
42.
Not that many.
That many? I know. It's quite a few actually.
Yeah.
Considering most of them are US. So US is the largest market. I think the UK is second largest
Most
market.
US ones, it's like a dealership that has a Koenigsegg dealership inside the dealership, not a standalone.
Yeah,
dealership.
no, not all of them are standalone dealerships. So historically, I mean, in the early days of Koenigsegg, a lot of the dealerships were like concessions within, right? And they would have a sort of section of a established dealership that would have the ability to order a Koenigsegg. What we wanted to do, which I think is our main USP, is we are totally exclusively 100% Koenigsegg. We don't sell any other like second-hand brands. If you go on the Koenigsegg London website, there's no Pagani's for sale or Aston Martin's for
Can
sale.
you buy cute bracelets?
You can buy a cute bracelet.
Did you buy that today?
I bought that.
Woo! Okay, that never gets old. Pull my seat forward a little bit and press this button here. I'll show you. Fold. Fold. Very good. Okay, now we're going to go out these doors right here. Okay. And now we just need to make sure these wing mirrors go through, and then we're totally cool. Everything's good. All right, here we go. This is going to be a hell of a summer run, man. This is the first time that we've had both of them out together in summertime, which is cool. Yeah. So we're going to go for this first ride, man. It's going to be awesome. I'm honestly so excited for it.
Huge shout out to also Darren for the trust.
Absolutely. This is a big. He's coming down tomorrow. He's going to be at the party, so it'll be super cool. So yeah, big thanks to Darren for letting us head out in these.
It's a lot of trust.
It's a lot of trust.
He let me drive the white Regera last time, so
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Which is cool. So we're gonna head out in these, and we're gonna go find fuel, and then we're gonna go around town and see what happens. All right, you ready? Summer London. Listen, we're not gonna go fast in this thing. Nico's rocked up. All right. Thanks, Gary.
Thanks, Gary.
Cheers, mate. See you in the morning.
Tomorrow.
So, thoughts?
I mean, the car's lot for work.
It's proper, right?
I got it in a second, actually,
Dude,
just coming in here.
What is the lift-off overrun like?
Beyond, first of all, I'm on the left side of this car, on the wrong
Side of the road.
So
In a tight
everything-
street.
In a tight street in London, where there's people on these scooters that just come ripping up, and I'm like, this
you gotta
one
watch
guy
out.
who came up and started talking to you,
Yeah.
he was so close to the mirror.
Really?
Yeah, because the box sits out, the box they use to carry stuff for transport,
Yeah.
like they scoot around to like the guys who deliver stuff.
Yeah.
The box on his scooter sat out further.
Oh, and you
behind
always
him.
clip the wing?
So he didn't see it, and the box almost hit the mirror.
Not what you need.
Like the liability.
Not ideal. Right, the fun thing when you get into a petrol station is because there's no fuel filler cap here. You have to open the entire rear clam to reveal the fuel filler cap. So as if it didn't draw enough attention, you end up displaying everyone your innards. So yeah, that's funky. Retail on one of those.
You drive in the right lane, I'll drive in the left lane.
All right. Sensors or not, that's close.
The sensors weren't working.
Look.
I had to stop it. I was getting out.
It knows, man. It's good. It's calculated.
I was holding it back.
So what do you think of it?
Monster.
It is good. It's so cool to share it with someone.
I'd love to get one. So yeah, it's okay. I mean, there's probably, you know.
Think we can
I can't even downplay it.
Think we can find this amount of build slot? No. Don't crash, man. It's really funny because you find people who are like inquisitive to wonder what they are, and then you have people who know exactly what they are and lose their mind. So we just parked up outside the RAC club, which in itself is quite fitting because it's basically this whole building's dedicated to automobiles.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it's quite cool to be parked out here. Look at this. We're right in the middle of this.
Come on, man.
Come on. Oh, this is cool.
Oh, this is very cool. And here's one for Roadster, yeah? You know
Yeah,
the app?
here we go. Yeah, we know the app.
Exactly.
Cool. All right.
That's
Thanks
it.
very
Thank
much.
you. Thank you very
Good
much.
to meet you, man. Thanks very much. Take care.
Awesome show.
Do you ever like freak out? You're like halfway around the world.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's
people
it's
come
different
up.
for me. I'm in London, right? But for you, you're halfway around the planet, in the middle of the road. Like, how funny is it that I'm just talking about that? It's so funny. Oh my god, that's tight.